6:45 a.m. right now. I just finished journaling. So I woke up at 6 today thinking that I would be going to the gym, but I did not. Instead, I journaled. Sorry for the dark lighting. Right now, it's still dark out. I only turn on one light for now because I like this dark ambient mood right now. So I finished journaling, and then I'm gonna make breakfast. It's almost 7, and then kind of go from there. I think waking up at 6, it was hard this morning to wake up at 6. I actually wanted to go back to bed. I wanted to be more intentional with my choices, and so when I woke up this morning, I did want to go back to bed. I set my alarm again, but I think that by that time I was awake, and I'm like, I'm awake, so I should, get up and start my day. Because I started my day earlier than usual, it's been feeling so far nice. I started today, January 4th. It's feeling nice because then I feel like I'm starting my day earlier and feeling more productive because I made that decision of actually waking up and not going back to sleep. I could kind of see like how my choices are kind of playing a role of me feeling motivated and productive. I do hope to make more intentional decisions. I wanted to go over my 2023 New Year's resolution with you all. So my first goal is to be more active and doing so consistently. I do want to walk my dog more consistently once I do move back to my parents' place. Here at the apartment, I do walk him once in the morning and afternoon, and that's been our routine, and it's been working well with us. I think like when I was living at home for like during school breaks, it was hard to feel motivated to walk him twice a day. So I do want to keep that routine that I started here at the apartment to continue at my parents' place. I also want to exercise more this year and be more consistent with it. My goal right now is to exercise at least 30 minutes a day, 5 out of 7 days a week. I saw a little bit of me kind of feel like I might pushing myself a little too hard there because I'm like getting back into it again, and so I don't want to feel unmotivated right off the bat, but then I'm trying to figure out ways to make it feel fun so that I'm motivated to exercise. I do want to exercise more, whether it's at home or at a gym, and be more consistent with it. In 2023, I also want to be going outside more, be more active outdoors, like going to state parks and trails, because I am a homebody and I love being at home, but there's so much to explore outside in the world. And I've been living in Minnesota for over 20 years, my whole life. And every time I'm like on social media, I'm like, oh my God, I've never heard of this place and I've lived here my whole life. Like, I feel like there is so much more to explore in Minnesota. I also want to reach the goal of getting 10,000 steps a day. I tried that last year and exercising, but I was pretty consistent for a while, but then after the summer ended, going to the fall, I stopped because some of the things were more prioritized, and then I got lazy and unmotivated. So this year I do want to be more consistent with that, or at least aim to get as much steps as I can in a day. My goal is to get 10,000 steps in a day, but I don't think I'll get there starting off in the new year. I think I'll slowly get there though. I think it will help a lot with walking my dog and exercising more consistently. That will help get in those steps for me. So that was one of my goals, to be more active consistently in 2023. Another goal I have is making healthier food choices. I want to continue cooking for myself versus eating takeout. I don't really eat takeout. I only do so when I hang out with friends because it's more efficient that way with time. I do want to continue cooking, but I also want to explore outside of what I do, because for me, if there's not really a dish in mind, I just kind of throw everything in and stir fry it. But I do want to be more intentional with the food I am making and eating. So that's another goal of mine. My third goal for 2023 is to travel more. I'm gonna try to save as much as I can, even though I'm on a tight budget, because I do want to travel in the mid and later half of the year, whether it's one big trip like going overseas or like multiple smaller trips, so staying in the US but either flying out of state or driving to another city that's closer by. I do want to travel more for sure in 2023. Another goal is that I want to commit to a healthier sleep routine. I've been kind of testing it out the past few days. I don't want to sleep earlier because in 2022 my goal was to sleep by 10 or be in bed by 10 and 11 depending on my schedule that day, like if I was busy or not. But like the last few days of 2022 I got really bad at it and I stayed up until 12 and even later than 12 into like the early morning. So I do want to commit to a healthier sleep routine. I've been testing it out, and I think again I do want to be in bed by 10 now, but I think I'm gonna try to wake up earlier than usual. Like today I woke up at 6. I think yesterday I woke up at 7, but I went back to sleep at 8. So I'm like trying to motivate myself to get out of bed too, like today. And so I'm trying to figure out what time is like the best time for me, but I do want to commit to a healthier sleep routine. Another goal I have was to read at least one book a month. Last year, I think I did really well in the start of 2022. I read a few books, but I think this year my goal is to be, again, more consistent with it versus trying to read as much book as I can. Because I do have a few books that I bought in 2022 that I have not actually started reading yet, and I do want to read them. So, because I have a lot of books that I saw on like Book Talk that I do want to read, and so I want to be more consistent with reading. I haven't started yet, but I do hope. So with my goal of reading at least one book a month, I feel like I won't be too pressured with, oh, I need to do it today or tomorrow. I know that in this month I have to read a book though, at least. Another goal I had was to journal more consistently. I showed you a little earlier that I just started journaling again. When I look back at myself, I know that I tend to overthink a lot, and I think journaling helps with me putting my thoughts down on paper. I think that helps sort my thoughts a little bit. Another goal I have is to make my space my space. Ever since I moved out of my parents' house freshman year in college, so freshman year in college, junior year and senior year, I've always lived on campus. Sophomore year, I did move back home for that year, but besides that year, I've always lived on campus with roommates, and now after graduating I'm living in the studio by myself. I like that I have my own kind of space, but I've never really felt like decorating my space. Like I tried a little bit here, but like that's pretty much it, because I know that I am moving out after a year, and I think like knowing that, my mind goes to, oh, I don't need to make this space pretty or unique. But because I am moving back to my parents' place, and for now, I think I'm going to be staying there as long as I could until I could save a lot of money and also hopefully get a raise or promoted. I think for now, I don't have any plans to move back into my own space. For now, I want to move into my parents' place for now. I don't think I'll move there for good, but I'll move there for a while. And then because I am moving back to my parents' place, I think I feel comfortable enough to like, okay, I can really make this room my room. So I hope to do that this year in 2023. Another goal I have is to try a new recipe every month, whether that is cooking or baking. I love trying a new recipe. I'm not like the best at cooking or baking, but I think like the process is very fun. So I do hope to do that more. I also want to try learning a new language or get better at a language I already know, which is Korean. I've seen a lot of good things about Duolingo. I've tried doing it a few times, but I wasn't really consistent with it. So I do want to, again, I want to be more consistent with trying this. I think like looking at this as like a hobby. I think that's my goal this year. to learn a new language or get better at Korean. And also, lastly but not least, is create more content more consistently. Again, I tried this goal last year in 2022, but after, I think it was like after spring or like during spring, I stopped because it was getting busy, a very busy season for me because I was graduating, and then I had my internship and everything's just kind of stopped. So I do hope to create more content this year. My goal right now is to release a video every week, whether that's me talking to the camera or doing something fun to show. I think this has been like my new motivation because after graduating, I felt like I've accomplished most goals that I have set for myself, like getting my own car, getting my own space, getting my big girl job, that kind of thing. And I feel like for a while I feel like in a slump because I'm like, well, I've achieved these goals now, like what do I do? Like, do I just live this 9-to-5 life forever? Like, when I say it like that, I feel like it sounds so boring, but then I'm like, there's so much I can do outside of my 9-to-5. Like, my day is not limited to my 9-to-5, my life is not limited to 9-to-5. I can do so much more things. I just need to actually do it instead of thinking about it and saying that I will and then I don't. So I do hope to create more content which will motivate me to actually do these new things, experience new things, challenge myself, and that kind of thing. So those are some of my 2023 New Year's resolution, and I will share with you my vision board that I had created. So I created it using Pinterest and Canva. I'll share that with you all, and I'll talk a little bit about it. I'm really excited about 2023 and I hope that there'll be a lot of adventures and challenges that will come my way because I'm excited to be growing as a person, and I hope to take you all along on my adventures. It's so pretty outside. You can see how much snow is building up since it's been snowing since yesterday, and like these cars, they're like almost snowed in. I wanted to show you my 2023 vision board. I do have it on my phone as a wallpaper right now. It looks like this. But I'm just gonna show it here so that you can see it, because I try to turn off the settings for like my phone will turn off. I tried that, but it keeps turning off by itself anyways. And now it's not. But anyways, oh, there it goes. And so I'll talk a little bit about it, but yeah, so top left is basically passports because I do want to travel more. Top right is exercising. We want to be more consistent with that. And then we have a dinner table with food because I do want to be cooking more. And then to the right of that is holding a phone because I want to be creating more content. And then another dinner table is me walking my dog because I do want to spend more time with him this year, more active activities outdoors, that kind of thing with him. And then next to that photo is me working with a salad bowl, and I do want to be more, eating more healthier this year. I want to eat healthier and try to dive in a little bit more into the salad world. And then next to that is a book on the beach. So I do want to read books like what I mentioned in my New Year's resolution. So there's that one. Bottom left is a photo of a room because I do want to decorate my room to make it my space. And bottom right is someone sleeping because I do want to commit to a consistent, healthier sleep routine. I think I've been doing well during the weekdays with sleeping being in bed by 10 and trying to turn off my phone at that time. I think for the first week of January so far, I did for the week. This weekend is I think the first weekend of January, and I've been not doing so good with my sleep schedule. That's I think just because I know it's the weekend. I've been sleeping really late, late to me is 12 a.m. and then I wake up at like 9 a.m. I do want to like wake up earlier, which means I should be sleeping earlier because I do like getting in my 8 hours of sleep. So yeah, that is my 2023 vision board, and I love how it looks on my phone. I do have it saved on my laptop as well. But yeah, I'm very proud of my positive mindset so far starting in 2023. I do hope to continue to keep that mindset throughout the year, and I think with the help of the wallpaper, I will be reminded of my goals. And yeah, that is for 2023.